Hey, are you PCS in a Fort Carson Army base? Or did you just get orders to Cheyenne Mountain Space Force? And then with that, are you thinking about living on base or off base, right? And then you can even think, all right, cool, if I'm gonna live off base, like how far away from these two places do I wanna be? Well, I'm literally standing in front of, you can see the tanks and stuff here at Fort Carson. So a lot of us get stationed here and we're, again, that first question is on or off base, right? So I know here on Fort Carson, they got a lot of housing on base. I think it's over 3,000, like 3,100 units. That's a lot of on-base housing, right? A lot of them have solar on it, which is kind of cool. The other thing about here is I think they're about 87 to 90% occupied, right? So if you're coming in, you've got between a 2-week to maybe a couple month waiting period to get on base. And then of course you have all the problems of being on base. You don't get to get away from anybody. I was on base I think three of my bases before I started going off base and moving off base. And I just remembered, like, you never got out of uniform, right? I would come home and you're just surrounded by the same stuff. The guy next to you is yelling at you about your grass. So if all of that stuff about being on base kind of throws you off, you're like, all right, cool, man, I want to move off base. Well, Colorado Springs is a pretty cool spot for that too. We've got a ton of places here. The cool thing about Carson and being south is that's where the majority of our affordable houses are. In the Springs, as you progress north some, it's almost road by road. Like, the houses just consistently get more expensive. So down here on the south end, you're gonna find our affordable housing. So if you're looking to stay close and you're looking for affordable housing and you're getting stationed at Carson, then you're in the right spot. We'll take you up the road here and I'm gonna show you two kind of splits. So off into the mountains and on the west side is our more pricey, affluent, you're literally living in the postcard, if you will, right? So those houses are a little bit more pricey, but again, we'll take you 5 minutes down the road and then over to the east a little bit is houses that range from 400,000 to 600. So we'll take off over this way, man. I'll show you guys some of that stuff. But Fort Carson, again, if you're getting stationed here, Cheyenne Mountain, very cool base, very huge base, 3,000 plus base or houses on base. But again, occupancy rates like 90%. I felt personally like I never got out of uniform. Your neighbor's your sergeant dude, and everybody's like, you know, we're still military. So as soon as I was able to move off base, man, I pulled chocks and we got off base. So like I said, we are literally about 5 minutes from that gate at Fort Carson. I know most of us don't like to live too far away from base, and that's kind of cool here in town because you don't have to. You could opt to, you could certainly go up north, but we're sitting right, I'm on one of the greens in the Country Club of Colorado Springs golf course. And you're pretty fortunate enough right here too. We have this golf course, which is pretty amazing. Get as part of the Country Club. And then just up the road is a Broadmoor, which is one of the most amazing golf courses really in all of the world probably, but certainly here in Colorado. But as we sit here, Star Ranch Road and Highway 115 is right here. And again, Carson is 4 minutes up the road that way, 4 or 5 minutes. And if we just split this road, up Star Ranch Road is into the Broadmoor and the Bluffs. Those houses get into the millions, right? Remember, anything on that west side in the mountains is gonna be a little bit more pricey. There's houses for sale in the 700, so you know, some of our higher ranking and officer guys can certainly live that way. And then if you just go left here, you're right in Cheyenne Meadows in the Stratmoor area. Those houses are in the 300,000. You can still find a $300,000 house right here in Stratmoor and Cheyenne Meadows. And like I said, literally 5 minutes from base. The other cool bit about that too is if the single family home isn't your jam and you're looking condo, townhome, you know, apartments, those are all right here too. Literally right around this corner here is a set of condos and townhomes that start around the $400,000 price point. If that's too high for you, 42 seconds across the street is another set of townhome and condos over there that are in the 200 price point. So we'll go check those out. But again, we're standing right in the middle of the golf course, 5 minutes from Fort Carson, maybe 7 minutes from the Broadmoor, the other big golf course in town here. And then we've got a spread of houses from $300,000 across the street into the millions here. Condos, townhomes, and apartments too, so you don't have to buy right away, right? You can rent into the apartments or something, but fantastic area. 5 minutes from the base. We're gonna cruise through here. I'm gonna show you guys some of the houses on this side, then we're gonna go look at some of the houses on that side as well. All right, so we were sitting down there on that golf course, like I told you, we'll go up to the right and then to the left. This is up to the right, so in the Broadmoor Bluffs, Cheyenne Mountain area. Here in the Springs, there's two things a lot of sellers and buyers want, right? They wanna be in the postcard or they want to be looking at it. What that means basically is, do we have a view or are you living in the view? So a lot of these people around us, as you can see, there's no real view right here, right? But they're living in it. So the people down in the city looking up into here, maybe they see the mountains, but These guys are literally living in the view. They'll have a beautiful view. I live just down the road from here. These houses are a little bit older, but they're all like, you're not gonna find any tract homes inside of here, which is one of the cool things about them too. And then we're in a part where we're sitting right now. There's some houses around here in the 690,000 and up range. And then, like I said earlier, man, they range, I mean, they're way into the millions as you get deeper into the mountains. But Broadmoor Bluffs, older part of town, very, very cool. Every house, every road is unique. And again, you live inside of the postcard, which is what most people want. They want to be in it or looking at it. All right, so that's it, man. So we've been in the Broadmoor Bluffs, Cheyenne Meadows, Stratmoor area. These neighborhoods are literally 5 to 7 minutes from Fort Carson. We cover some of the areas, some of the price points, all those other things, man. So if you want a free neighborhood guide, just comment Broadmoor Bluffs or Cheyenne Meadows in the comments below. We'll send one of those off for you. And as always, if you guys have any questions about any neighborhoods, any military, any amenities, any of those things here in Colorado Springs, man, give me a call. And then until next time.